of mine, Stacy, and she was telling me that she never has leftover chicken. She roasts the chicken, the family eats it, her husband comes in the next day and finishes up what's left over. She never has any leftover chickens, pieces to make anything else. We have no leftovers. So I'm going to give you a quick tip here on how to take our chicken recipe that we have online and double your chicken. So what I did is I took 2 roaster chickens. These are about 8 pounds each. Now the recipe was a 5-pound chicken, so these are a little bit bigger. And what we're going to do, instead of doing just one chicken, so I have dinner tonight, maybe a little leftover for lunch tomorrow, I have all this chicken that we're going to use tonight and tomorrow, and I have an entire roasted chicken that we can take off the bone. We can use the bones, the fat, and the skin and put that in the freezer for our stock bag. And we have an entire roasted chicken in a container in the kitchen, and I can pull that out and make chowder, enchiladas, chicken noodle soup, chicken and rice, which is one of Lee's favorites. And it really is one of those great go-tos, especially if you're under the weather, if you're having an off day where you don't feel good, if you really need to focus on getting to the doctor and your day is really full, so you don't have time to fuss in the kitchen, all your energy is being used up somewhere else. You can go to your freezer, pull out your ingredients, and assemble an amazing dish. It's at 2.5 hours, and I believe the chicken is done. We're going to check it and make sure our temperature is correct. When you're doing anything, just make sure you're very, very careful with the heat. Okay. Take a quick temperature here, and I'm going to temperature check both inside breasts to make sure they're right. And 162 and 163. All right, so we want the chicken in the middle of the chicken to be between 160-ish to 170, somewhere in between there. So we're going to let this sit and rest for about 20 minutes. And then I'm going to take it all off the bone and show you exactly what you'll end up with when you double up the meat. All right, we waited about 25-30 minutes to let the chicken sit all covered so it can finish that, the juice is getting back into the meat, and then we just let it sit and get to about room temperature or just slightly warmer than room temperature. Easy, really easy to manage. Now here I've cut off the 4 breasts, and this is because those are nice sized chickens. So these were pretty big roaster chickens at 8 pounds a piece. There is a lot of meat right here. So this is easily dinner tonight. I can cut up the other 2 breasts and have chicken salad tomorrow, or we can have another chicken breast and pasta tomorrow. So this is 2 really nice dinners right here. However, I took all the meat off the bone, and granted, I pulled Lee in, kind of bribed him with a little bit of chicken and got him to help me. And we took all the meat off the bone. So this, in this pan here, the roasting pan, is all the fat, all the bone, all the gristle, all the skin, everything but meat went back into this pan. And I'm not throwing it away. I'm going to put it in the freezer in my chicken bag, and it's going to be used to make stock. Now this is very important. This is why when I use this part of the chicken to make stock, I don't use anything unusual in my roasted chicken. It's just the basic chicken recipe from online, from the website. It is salt, a little pepper, a little bit of garlic powder, and that is it. If you're doing something specialty flavor like lemon or barbecue or some kind of other treatment to the chicken to get a different flavor, it's fine. Do not use the carcass and the pieces for the stock. Just remember that. So this right here is going to go into the freezer. We're going to have this for stock later. But the best part is this. This is a lot of roasted chicken. We've taken it off the bone, we've taken the skin off, we've taken the fat out. We're going to put these in quart containers or in little freezer bags and put these in the freezer. And I have this now. I can make enchiladas, I can make chicken, I can make stew, I can pull this out and make chicken lasagna. If I don't feel like doing anything, I can go to my freezer and pull out main pieces of ingredients that I have put aside for myself in my freezer that I've made, and I can put it together and make a meal out of just leftover pieces that I have put aside. I have chicken stock in my freezer. Now I have roasted chicken in my freezer, and this is honestly the best chicken you'll ever have. Really good roasted chicken. It's so tender. And honestly, Lee and I working together in the kitchen, having a little conversation time, we really should have a lot more chicken here, because you know that him and I did some major scarfing here. So this is going to be really, really dynamite. If you have frozen vegetables in the freezer, you can literally pull out some stock, some chicken, some vegetables, some rice, and you got chicken and rice. Made from you, by you, homemade, delicious, and you know what's in it, you know the ingredients, you know how delicious it is. So, this cooked in about 3.5 hours. So, the prepare time is a piece of cake. All I had to do, put the chickens in a pan, put a little salt and pepper on them, put them in the oven. 3.5 hours later, I come back, cover them for about 25 minutes. That wasn't any work. The hardest part is taking it off the bone. And honestly, if you have someone in your house like I do, I can bribe Lee with a little bit of chicken and get him in here to help me. Otherwise, you can pull up a chair, pull up a stool, listen to some music, watch some TV. Take your time. If you don't feel like messing with this, it's okay. Take that chicken, wrap it in aluminum foil, put it in the fridge, and do it tomorrow. It's all up to you. You are in control. Nobody's timing you. You're not competing. This is not about anybody else but you. And look at the amount of food that you have with just a little bit of effort. And now you have so much to work with. So, we'll be seeing these ingredients later, and we'll see you in the kitchen.